sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.
So, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Samurai X1 here. Happy Sunday. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Today is going to be my first ever Yu-Gi-Oh! PSA submission. You guys are wondering, Sam, what the heck is PSA submission? Grading services like PSA and BGS are grading services that actually grade and authenticate your Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. So if you get a graded score out of 10, that means your cards is in pristine mint condition. Mint 10, and if it gets any number lower than that, it usually devalues the cards a little bit, but nonetheless, like getting PSA 9 or 10 on a certain Yu-Gi-Oh! Card is always a great thing. So this is my first ever PSA submission, so I'm gonna showcase you guys my rarest Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards that I have in my collection, and that's going to be graded in PSA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys haven't gotten beautiful limited edition Valentine's Day playmat, make sure you guys get it today in the link down below at tsx1.com. This playmat is only available for a limited time only, and it's perfect for Valentine's Day, for your significant other, for yourself. This playmat is just absolutely gorgeous. So if you guys haven't gotten a chance to get this playmat, get it today in the link down below. It's also available in cloth, by the way. Cloth playmat's now available, so get it in today in the link down below. All right, guys, without further ado, let's do it. Today I'm with Omar. Strictly Sealed, what's going on? You know, a good friend of mine, and you guys seen him in previous videos. Yeah. You know, where we showcase your massive house collection, where you can literally buy a house with his crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Collection. And you know what? He's the type of guy that I aspire to be one day. You know, have a big collection and just enjoy the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? That's what we're here and we're all about. But when it comes to PSA or like collecting wise, bro, I had no idea this was like another realm. A possibility for content, and it's personally what I enjoy to do for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like as you saw with my binder, I love to collect cards. Omar, Strictly Sealed, let's get started with the cards that we have to showcase for today's video.
I organized it into 4 different piles, but the thing is this, with submission videos, there's 2 types of submissions to PSA. It's Express and Bulk. Express is a little bit more pricey because you're getting it back faster.
Right.
And that's around $75 to $100 like net after everything, right? However, with bulk is only like $10 to $15 for submission. So today we're only going to be covering the express shipping and what's a good option to send express, what is not a good option to send express.
Right.
And I think that will clarify for anybody who has like a lot of the higher end, high tier items, what you should be looking out for in terms of stuff to submit. So we're gonna start with the pile of things that are actually high value, but you should not be submitting. Okay. So I picked out 4 LOB first edition super rares. Okay. Right. Now, looking at these, honestly, the condition is impeccable. I mean, when we look at this, there is not there's a thumbprint there, but that's you can get rid of that. But in terms of whitening, scratches, there's like nothing on this card.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah, I can actually see the cards like, whoa, these look nice.
Yeah, these cards are, I mean, in terms of condition, these are considered pack fresh. Pack fresh, it literally came out of the pack straight into the sleeve, and the condition is incredible. Yeah. However, because we're doing an express submission, well, actually the speed doesn't really matter. It's more about the condition. Because of the condition is perfect and the centering is off-centered. So with centering, what I mean is basically the ratio of the left side to the right side. You can see here the left side is quite a bit, almost double right side right here.
Yeah, so I see that. Yeah.
And because of this will most likely get a 9 or an 8 if you have like a grader who's harsh.
Question. So what's the price difference between this, a 10 and a 9 of a trap hole?
So a 9 is like $800. You can get like PSA 10 you can get around $800.
Okay.
Sorry about that. PSA 10 you can get around $800, and then a PSA 9, I mean you're talking about like $200-300. I mean, it depends on the right buyer. It depends if it's a wavy or a glossy. This is obviously a glossy card, so I mean this is a good way to identify right here. You can see like
it's glossy.
It's heavy gloss right there. You see that?
Yeah.
So because of this, this will fetch a lower premium. However, the condition is fantastic. So I would approximate that this is a PSA 9, PSA 8 on a bad day. However, we will not be submitting this one in the Express sub. The reason is because, again, Express costs $75. The
Per card.
Per card, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
so it's quite expensive. And the card itself is around 80 to 100 bucks in this kind of condition.
Raw.
Exactly. So net value, I mean, spending $75 to 100 bucks on top of 100 bucks of the card itself is going to get you a PSA 9, which is basically you're going to just break even. In this case, I don't recommend you sub this in Express. I would recommend you sub it in bulk. However, in bulk, you're not going to see the card for another like year and a half maybe. Yeah, like the card is gone. PSA has it for a year and a half. Exactly, yeah. Okay. So bulk is quite a taxing type of submission.
Nice.
So I don't recommend you sub this in Express, because although it comes back faster, you're not adding a lot of value to the card by submitting it Express.
Sure. All right. So we're not.
So same thing applies to all of these. The funny thing is that these all have very similar centering. You can see left to right. So I assume that these all came out of actually the same box.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did.
Yeah, so these came out of the same collection. And likelihood is that these collectors that you purchase these from, they open a box, there's 4 super rares inside, and these are the 4 super rares.
Wow.
So yeah, the value here is, again, PSA 9, like 200 bucks, maybe $300 to the right buyer. So I don't recommend you Express subbing these. I do Express you bulk sub them. Okay. That way you pay basically $100 for the card and then $10 to $15 to sub it, which nets you around like $85 profit.
Okay, so this PSA 9 comparison PSA 10 is how much? How much is this?
They're all around the same price. However, Trap Hole for some reason is not a fan favorite.
Oh, people don't like Trap Hole.
Exactly. So PSA 10 of this is around $1,500. This is also $1,500. PSA 9, I mean, you're taking quite a big hit, where it's like $300 to $400.
That's a huge difference, like $1,000.
It's a G, bro. Yeah, I mean, the pop report reflects that as well. There's a lot more 9s than there is 10s. But obviously, it's a little bit harder to get 10s than it is the 9s.
Right.
These, in my opinion, are perfect binder specimen, since they are perfect condition. However, they're too off-center to get the 10. So because this, I do recommend, if you're a binder collector, which I am, I really sympathize with binder collectors. These are definitely the type of cards you want in your binder, because it's perfect condition.
Right.
Just off-center.
Amazing.
Same thing with Dark Hole. Again, these all came out of the same box, all similar centering.
The four super rares.
Exactly. And Pot of Greed is the same. Pot of Greed is probably the best rare you want. This is a part of the Power 5, the original Power 5 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Right.
So it was, I believe it was this, Change of Heart, and 2 more, Raigeki and Monster Reborn.
Monster Reborn, yes.
So because of this, this is a very big like fan favorite. Obviously, nobody knows what it does. And yeah, so in my opinion, I think this is a great card to have in the collection. However, I don't recommend you Express subbing these.
Sure. All right. Okay. So we'll save that for another video. If we're bulk subbing these.
We'll do the bulk sub on another video. Exactly.
Okay. Awesome.
So next sub.
These are the cards of Rubies grading.
So these are the cards we're going to be grading, exactly.
Okay. All right. I'm excited, bro. Show me this.
And they have different reasons why. All right. So these right here. Okay.
Okay, show one by one. So also all these. Wow, bro. Yo, these are my babies, bro. Yo, guys, these have been sitting in my binder for ages, man.
So these are a different realm of rarity. Okay, these cards are extremely hard to find in just raw form. Never mind like graded form. Okay. So these are a different tier of set cards. So with obviously super rares, you get 4 in the box. Right, and the ratio of pulling like whatever super rare you want is a lot smaller. So you only need to open basically 2, maybe 3 boxes to get whatever super rare you want. However, with these, it's 1 of these out of every 288 packs.
No way, that's hard.
I'm not joking. Yeah. So pulling these cards is incredibly difficult. So ultimate rares, you get 2 in the box. However, you only get 1 of each ultra rare. So this is actually, one thing to know is this is an ultra rare ulti. So originally this is an ultra rare, not a super rare. So because of this, you only get 1 Hammond, 1 Raviel, one Uriah in a case. So it's extremely difficult to pull
in a case. Only one of them in a case. Only one guy.
One in a case,
wow.
exactly, yeah.
Okay.
And then ghost chairs are 1 in 288 packs, which is again 1 in 12 boxes, so 1 in a case as well. Same thing applies to Ancient Gear Golem. So the reason we sub in these is just because the raw value itself is so high. So if we look at this one, for example, if you look at this card, it's extremely clean. Like there's rare.
But I see that, bro. I see that line.
Yeah, there's one scratch right there.
Val, circle that for me.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay, how much is this in a PSA 10? Tell me right now.
So
potential PSA 10. If I get like, if the guy is so nice, he's like, yeah, I like Stardust Dragon, I'll give him a 10.
So if he gets a 10 on this, I mean, you're conservatively, you're talking like 10 to 15,000.
Shut up! No, shut up.
US dollars, yeah, for real. Like this card is very sought after. Extremely hard to get in PSA 10. However, this one will not be getting that.
How come?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you guys why this will not. Number one, you could see the centering. All right, obviously,
bro, I don't know what kind of eyes you have, bro. What are you talking about?
You can see the top here.
Yeah.
A lot slimmer than the bottom.
Okay.
And then the side here is actually pretty good. So it's just top to bottom off center.
What if that guy is very nice to me?
This might slip. Like this might slip, there's no denial. However, I really doubt that. I mean, every card can slip. I've subbed some cards that were like, I was expecting PSA 5 and it got PSA 10. So there's always that chance, right? But again, like with the Express sub, you're paying a lot of money, so you don't want to gamble. So you can see here, there's no whitening around the border.
It's beautiful, the card is nice.
Exactly, it's a really, really nice copy.
I didn't scratch that card at all. I didn't. It went straight in my binder, man.
There are a few back scratches right there. You can see those.
Can you erase those?
You can't get rid of those, unfortunately.
I've seen videos of people actually try to.
So it's not these kind of. I know what you're talking about. It's not these kind of videos. Shout out to Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I showed it. Solemn Yu-Gi-Oh showed me. I was watching. I'm like, yeah, maybe I can clean that.
I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. I tried removing. You can remove waxing. You can remove that other stuff, but I don't think you can remove. I mean, a scratch. Okay. That's pretty hard to remove.
Strictly, bro. How much is this? Like you think? What grade?
So I believe this can get PSA 8 to 9, and that's easily $1,000 to $3,000.
Okay, what's PSA 8?
PSA 8 you can get like $1,000 for.
Okay, how much is this raw copy right now?
$1,000. It's around $1,000 to $1,500. I mean, it's variable depending on like the time you're auctioning. It doesn't really come up for sale, so it's all about how the market is feeling at that point.
Okay, so there's 1,000 for PSA 8. We'll put that on the screen. How about 9?
And then PSA 9 can go up to like $2,000-$3,000.
The USD we're talking about.
US dollars, yes. So yeah, I mean, this is why it's worth spending the $100 and getting it graded Express because
like you're not really losing anything.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna keep the value.
Okay.
It doesn't when it because it's $1,000 card. See, with the super rares, because they're $100, $200 cards, I don't recommend it. With $1,000, I recommend getting it encapsulated just because it's worth it at that point.
All right, cool. Okay, so that's
Ancient Gear Golem and these two. So this is done.
This is done. All right, please. Okay, all right, I'm gonna put this to the side.
All right.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy. Okay.
Now, these two are actually on a different tier than the Ancient Gear Golem.
What do you mean? Like this is worth more? This is worth more.
A lot more. Okay. And there's a reason for this, okay? There's actually speculation that these don't follow the same seeding ratio as these. Seeding ratio is in how many times they're seeded inside the case.
Bro,
okay?
Yo, how do you know all of this?
I open a lot of packs.
This guy is a genius right now. Honestly, I don't know what the hell seeding is, bro.
Seeding is like, you know, when you plant something in the yard, right? So it's how many times they planted these cards. It's just a word that I use. It's not really like a professional term.
Right.
I couldn't find a better term to use. But so these two, this one's actually seeded less than these, in my opinion. It's not.
This is seeded less.
Seeded more, I'm sorry.
Seeded more.
This is seeded more than these two. So you can actually pull this more than once in the case. Obviously, it's still extremely rare because it's still 12 boxes. The box goes for like $2,000 to $3,000. So, I mean, pulling this is like practically you're putting a lot of money into the into the box in the first place.
Right.
So this already has value, but these two are on an upper tier caliber because I mean even raw you don't really find these for sale.
Right.
Okay.
They don't. No one's selling them.
You don't really see this exactly. Yeah. Like even if you go on eBay and stuff, you don't really see these come up for sale. If you do, like I mean they're trash condition. Exactly. Yeah. So
okay, so these are nice condition.
So these are nice. So I speculate that this is a PSA 9.
Like I swear there's a whitening on there, right there.
Exactly. Right.
Even with the whitening.
Even with the whitening, it can get 9, yeah, because it's basically like, I mean, if you look at the back, this thing is like pretty much flawless. I mean, look at this. It's pretty much like perfect. Let me get the light right there.
Holy,
see,
that's nice.
There's no whitening at all. This is why I'd say like, they're gonna allow it for this mistake. They're gonna allow this small issue right here.
Okay, yo.
So
bro,
obviously.
What if I get a black Sharpie and
If you marker the cards, they don't even grade it. They tell you like this is
tempered.
Tempered, exactly.
Okay. Alright, okay.
So yeah, also this is well centered, which is quite rare on Shadow of Infinity Ultimate Rares.
Okay, so PSA 9, how much?
PSA 9 you can get like $1,000 to $2,000 for.
Okay, so
especially this one because this is actually the cover card of Shadow of Infinity.
Okay, but what if it's a PSA 10?
PSA 10 is like name your price because this is like under there's less than 10 of these in the world.
So
it's name your price. Yeah.
So I can say, yo, give me 10 G's, and if he's willing to pay it.
I mean, you might be able to. I mean, I'm not sure if the market is there yet, but I do see 10 G's as a future type of value for this card, just because it hits on so many cylinders, right?
Wow.
It's a cover card for GX, right? Like it's on the cover of the box. It's a Sacred Beast. It's obelisk basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's super hard to pull. I mean, this is.
How about this guy?
This one is around the same tier as this. I would say it's a little less just because it's not a cover card. Also, not as many people like raw as much as the other two, obviously.
Let's inspect the condition of this.
Yeah, so let's go over the condition right here. I always recommend penny sleeves, by the way, because they're the softest things on the cards. They don't damage the card as much when you're sleeving them in and out. So let's go over the thing. You can see here.
Oh, that's glossy, right? Is that called glossy?
There's no glossy for this. Right. Every card is like that. But you can see here, like this is super clean on the front.
Oh,
however, for Yu-Gi-Oh, everything is on the back. There are some scratches right there.
Where? I don't see that.
Right there, you see on the screen.
Bro, who scratches these cards, bro?
So a lot of them come from the factory like that. So
yeah, so why do they make like that? Like
this is why they're low pop.
That's so waste, man.
Yeah, and this is actually well centered as well. So I mean, this can slip by for a 10. If this grades a 10, I mean, you're talking like $4,000 to $5,000.
All right, $4,000 to $5,000 PSA 10. How much?
PSA 9 you can get like $1,000 to $2,000. Exactly.
So same thing, like approximate US.
Exactly.
So 1,000, 2,000 PSA 9s, and how much is this?
This one, PSA 10, is around 2,500. And the reason it's so low is just because this one is a little bit easier to grade, just because these are notoriously off center. So I pulled one of these and it was like, wait, like there's no chance for a 10. These, I mean, I pulled a few of them and they pretty much always graded 10. They're still extremely rare. I think it's like the pop is like 25 or 30. It's still really low. It's just not like under 10 low, like these.
So 2,500 for PSA 10. How about PSA 9?
PSA 9, you're talking like 800.
So how much do you think? I'll get for this?
This one.
It looks mint, bro.
Exactly.
Fresh,
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So this one, I told you. This one has a chance as a 10. So it's like clean. You see that?
That's nice.
No whitening. There is like tiny whitening right.
Yo, PSA, if you're watching, yeah, just put up a little bit closer to the camera.
Right there, you see that? There's like tiny whitening right there.
But that's not damage, right?
It's actually like, yeah, part of the altis. Altis are always like that. So because of that, I would say like this is a 9/10, which is why I recommend you sub it.
All right, PSA 9, 800, PSA 10, 2,500. Exactly. All right, let's go on to the next batch.
Next batch.
All right, so we're subbing these.
So now we're talking OG, okay?
OG, so we're going back to the Duelist Kingdom.
Original cards. These, I recommend you sub all of them.
All right, one by one. Let's.
And these, I actually believe they will get 10s. Okay.
You say swear.
I'm not. I believe, like from my evaluation, I think these can get 10s.
Okay, so Blue Eyes Toon Dragon.
Sure.
Okay, so is this still iconic?
Yeah. So this one actually is like the highest population card. Okay. For some reason, there's just so many of these.
In 10s?
PSA 10s. It's like 130. So it's like a ton.
In the world.
In the world, yeah.
Yeah, but
But there's 7 billion people though.
But again, people love tunes, people love blue eyes, so because of this still catches a premium. I would say it's around $2,000 to $3,000.
PSA 10?
PSA 10, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so okay. PSA 10, $2,000 to $3,000.
Yeah.
How about PSA 9?
PSA 9, you're talking like $500-600.
Okay, and how much is this raw? Like, let's say, like, you want to buy this from me right now.
$300 to $400.
Wow, so that's not bad.
Yeah, you can get, like PSA 9, basically you make your money back on a mint card, and then PSA 10, you plus like a lot.
Wow.
This one, it is a little bit OC, but I think it can scrape by. This one is quite a low pop. It doesn't really pop up for sale. This is the binding that holds Exodia. If you
Really?
Yeah. So like this is if you look at Exodia.
Yes.
This is the thing that binds Exodia. This one is again mint.
Wow.
You see that?
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. So
I actually never appreciated Yu-Gi-Oh cards as much.
Yeah.
So now, like, it's just like I love cards, but looking at them, like, wow, this is like, bro. Honestly, if I didn't know that this collecting world exists, I would throw these into my decks and shuffle
Yeah,
them.
I mean that's a really bad idea.
Yeah, I didn't
These
know.
cards are extremely rare, yeah. So this one can scrape by for a 10. It might get a 9, but again, even at a 9, it's still worth it. It's super minty.
Sure. All right. Cool. That's the. Now, so we're grading this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Okay, this is an iconic guy.
So this one, I actually wanted to buy from Sam, but when I saw the condition, I told him like honestly, you have to grade this because this is a 10 specimen, if I've ever seen one. So the only thing wrong with this one is right there on the edge. You see that?
Yeah.
However, I think they let that slip sometimes as long as it doesn't show on the back.
Yo, how do they like grade these? Like, do they have like microscopes and they look at it?
It's just a guy. He basically picks it up, looks at it like this, and then.
Say swear.
I'm not sure. He looks at it exactly like how I'm looking at it, like literally this.
Okay,
shines the
so
light.
what if one day he's having a day at home, like, and then he comes to work and he's like, FK
Exactly.
Guardian, FK Guardian. What do I do? Why does you know?
So you didn't do anything wrong there. I've had a couple of days where I could tell the grader had a bad day.
Okay, so if you had a bad day, like, do you crack it open and resubmit it?
So usually I either crack it and resubmit it if it's like a really high value card.
Okay.
However, a lot of the times, like for example, when I sub like a magic ruler set, and I could tell the grader was punishing me. I usually just crack them and slip them back in my binder, and I just leave them like that because it's not worth resubbing over and over again, especially for like super rares, for example. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
nice. So how much is this PSA 9?
PSA 10, you're talking $2,000 to $2,500, and at PSA 9, you're talking $1,000.
That's still a lot of money. And how much is this raw if you were to buy it right now?
Raw, I mean, I'll pay like $500 for this.
Wow, that's not bad, bro. That's not bad.
Quite good, yeah. And the reason this jumps in price, because there's a lot more collectors collecting OG cards than there are collecting, like for example, like Stardust, we saw that the price doesn't jump as high with PSA 9. It's because there's not a lot of collectors collecting PSA Ghost rares.
That makes sense.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? But there are way more collectors collecting this right now.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So,
All right, next one. This is an iconic one.
yeah. So this one is also a 10 in my opinion.
What? Okay, how much is it at 10?
Like 2,000. Like $2,000.
All right, how much is that raw?
Yeah, you see, it's like flawless card. Raw, $300-400.
Oh, and how much is PSA 9?
Flawless. PSA 9, 500, 600. So this one, the jump is not as high, obviously, because it's not a monster card. People don't like traps and magic cards as much as they like monsters, so there's no jump there. But also, I mean, it's not as rare as secret rare, right? So secret is harder to pull, so because of this, it's not worth as much. Next, to Mermaid. This one,
bro, I swear all cards are censored. Like, why is there like a titty there? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I have no idea why they let this one through.
Bro, no, there's a titty there. You know what I mean? I swear they cover that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I appreciate this better than what they do now, you know? But is this a 10?
This is a 10 in my opinion.
No, how much is that 10?
I mean, you can you can get like $1,000, $1,200 for this.
A Geno, wow.
Yeah. So
Holy.
it's quite a lot of money.
Yo, if I get a 10 anybody want to buy, let me know, guys. Let me know. It's a shorty, man. You have to take her.
Yeah, at PSA 10, I mean, PSA 9, you basically break even on the cost. but I recommend you sub it just because it has a high chance of a 10.
Okay, how much is this raw?
Like 150. 150, yeah, and then PSA 9 is like 250.
Change of heart.
Change of heart. This one is so this one we're subbing 100%. I think it can get to 10. However, there is a chance it might not just because the top to bottom centering right there.
Yo, who's ever looking at these cards? Be nice to me, please, man.
Yeah, again, the PSA 10 value is so high on this that like 2,500.
Shut up!
It's like another Mirror Force. Yeah, it's
Holy, bro, 2,500. That's a lot of money, man.
This is like perfect card, right? So pack fresh. Again, the gamble is worth it to get to 10. If worst comes to worst, you just break even. It's so minty that, I mean, like if you got this as a 9, I would buy it from you just to crack it, stick it in my binders, because how mint it is. For real. Like,
how much is raw?
So raw, you're talking like 200, 250 bucks, and then PSA 9, like 300, 400, 350. So again, you make your money back.
Nice.
That's it.
All right, this is also an iconic one. Shout out to this.
Same thing with this. Is PSA 10 in my opinion. Minty, flawless, no issues.
Hip. If you're watching this video, shout out to you. And these guys kept their cards in mint condition.
Yeah. So there's like a thumbprint there, but I'll remove that.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is quite expensive card now. It recently sold for like 1,700.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
PSA 10?
Yeah, and the growth is unreal. So I'll tell you guys something. I purchased this in PSA 10 for $65.
When?
A year ago.
but why do everything fluctuated because of that Pokemon hype, right?
Exactly, yeah. So like the card, I mean, there's a lot more people noticing Yu-Gi-Oh now, right? So a lot more people, but yeah, I purchased it for 65. It just sold for 1,700. It's
wow.
Raw, we're talking
like estimate, always estimate.
200 bucks, like 150, 200 bucks. I mean, we're talking about people who actually want to grade these cards, right? So for me, the way I look at this, okay, and a lot of people misunderstand this.
Yeah, please explain that, yeah.
So when I sell a raw card or a near mint card, like a mint card, a pack fresh card, when I sell them, I do charge a premium. That's because it's kind of a grader, somebody who grades their way of getting the card for cheaper, right? So for me, if I was buying this card, I would offer 200 bucks for it. The reason is because if I get a 9, I'm break even, maybe like, you know, lose like 10 bucks, 20 bucks, but the plus side is huge. So because of this, it's a calculated risk for me, and this is why I offer such a premium for pack fresh cards. When you're talking about near mint, obviously it's a whole different ball game, but a lot of people, for example, when they're buying raw cards, even though I stated that it's fresh, pack fresh mint, or a seller stated that, they're trying to get it for near mint. This is not the same level as near mint. Near mint will not get PSA 9. Near mint is like PSA 7 to PSA 8.
Near mint is like mint, but it's like not.
It's not, yeah, like it's not flawless.
This is
like,
mint.
Exactly. This is like truly mint. So this one was pulled from the pack that you picked up from me.
I bought the pack from him and I pulled this.
Congrats, man. I mean, that's huge. It's like getting these is like 1 out of 6 packs. So PSA 10 is just sold for $2,000. I don't think this will get PSA 10. I think it'll get PSA 9. However, PSA 9 is still worth subbing just because this is such an iconic monster. I mean,
Celtic Guardian. Is it Celtic Guardian or is it Celtic?
Celtic, yeah.
Celtic
so it's a Celtic Guardian, and I mean, this is one of Yugi's like boss monsters, right? Like he always uses this, right? So I love this card. I love the artwork on it. I mean, it's gorgeous. This is pack fresh mint, flawless condition.
I saw it. I pulled it live.
Exactly. So I would say like this is easy 9. It might slip by for a 10, however it's unlikely, but it's easy 9, which is like $800 to $1,000.
No way, that's how much it is?
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you guys, these cards are very hard to get. I mean, you're talking like, you're paying so much money for a pack to open, right? And the chance of getting this is 1 in 6. So these two are ultra rares. In my opinion, they have chances at 10s. They're both perfect condition-wise. However, the centering is a little bit off, but I think these are much better than the other super rares and the Celtic Guardian.
Right.
So these, in my opinion, have chances at 10s, and 10s you're talking like $2,000 a piece.
Wow. So how much? So what do you think these will get?
I think these will get 10s. I mean, if I was you, I would sub them in, get PSA 10s. If they get 9s, I'll crack them, resell them again. Honestly, that's just what I would do. I'm seeing like $1,000 for PSA 9s.
Omar, these are sure 10s.
So in this pile, I believe that these are like perfect condition, no issues, well centered. I mean, if these are not 10s, I don't know what is. Honestly, I don't know what is a 10.
All right, Delinquent Duel.
Delinquent Duo, this was an insta-banned card. Extremely nostalgic, like super broken. Perfect, like no issue.
Yo!
Flawless.
Hip and Fee, bro. You guys are amazing. You guys kept these cards in.
Well centered. I think this is a 10 any day. If it doesn't, I recommend cracking, resubbing. So the reason we're subbing this one is, even though the PSA 10 is not worth that much, it's such a high chance of getting the 10, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So I would say PSA 9, 10, PSA 10 is around $400 to $500. Raw value is around like
$40, $50,
$50 to $80.
And 9 is like...
and 9 is like around $100 to $200.
Oh,
but the chance of getting a 10 is so good on this that I recommend subbing it. Does that make sense?
Got it. Cool. Next one.
Next is Karibo.
Multiply. Let's go, baby.
This is again pack fresh, perfect card.
Wow.
No issues whatsoever on this.
Question: if I were to smell the cards, does it lose value?
Not really, no. So a lot of the people in the other video, they were saying like, because human hand touched the card, I mean, that's not how the thing works. The cards are pretty durable. However, I mean, just because your hand touched them doesn't degrade from the grade, and it's still a gem mint card.
Gem mint 10.
Yeah.
How much is 10 and how much is 9?
10, you're talking like $700 to $800.
Okay.
That's for super rare, which is absurd.
Yeah.
and 9 is like $200 to $300.
Not bad.
So,
not bad. I like that.
Yeah, but it's a sure 10, so definitely recommend subbing it.
All right, this guy right here. Time was on.
This bad boy right here is a gem, like a true gem.
Beautiful. I love it.
Perfect specimen. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with this card.
Like there's nothing.
Like, it's flawless. Like,
Yo.
yeah, like this is a perfect card right here.
9, how much?
Like $800, $900.
And how much is that 10?
Like $2,000 to $3,000. Catapult Turtle, gem. Again, like Metal Raiders has like some of the best card quality you'll ever see. This is why I always recommend you, if you have a Metal Raiders box, first edition box, I mean, for the price, if you're getting under like $5,000, it's definitely worth opening, because the cards are truly like PSA 10 worthy. And I mean, it's truly like, I mean, all of them, they're flawless specimen.
Beautiful. Wait, sorry, how much is that at 9 and 10?
So this one's not worth that much. It's like maybe like $400 or $500. PSA 10, PSA 9, like $100 to $200. But again, it's a sure 10, so recommend subbing it. If this was an iffy 10, which is basically like a little bit OC, or maybe it had a little bit of whitening, I would say that it's not worth. It's not worth subbing. So yeah, this is $800. PSA 9 is not worth that much, but again, because it's a sure 10, I'd recommend subbing it.
Nice. Okay. Oh, I had 2. Wow, I didn't know. Okay, so this is my first one.
Yeah.
Which you thought was gonna get a 9.
So yeah, I thought this was gonna get a 9, but now it's an 8 because you had that dimple.
I'm cheesed.
Yeah, but this one, I mean, let's verify right now.
Please, Lord. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, wow!
Look at that. I mean, this is
okay.
cool.
Whoa, that was a sleeve, right? That's not.
What?
Like that dot. That's from the sleeve, right? That thing is.
This? Yeah, that's from the sleeve. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous, bro. How much is that?
Like $3,000. Same thing. Yeah, like this is flawless. Kazujin and Song of the Thunder. These two are sure 10s. I've looked them over. Like, they're really beautiful cards.
I got a 10.
All right, we'll go over this in a little bit.
Okay, cool. Why are you laughing? I got a 10.
So these two are PSA 10, 500 plus each.
That's a lot of money, bro. Holy shit.
Quite a lot of money, but they're quite rare, right? So it's, I mean, yeah, they're, in my opinion, it's warranted. Very nostalgic. This is from the famous "What is these?" From Ruxin's video. Right?
Okay, so I got more.
So these I've never looked at. Let's see the condition right now. How good they are.
Okay, so yeah, this is your first time looking at it. So look at that. Well, yeah, same, 10.
Wow. How'd you even get these?
There you go, sir.
Yeah,
So we're submitting these.
These are submitted for sure.
All right. Bro, these, yo, holy moly, bro. This is gonna be my dream getting them back.
Yeah, I mean, this one has a chance of a 9 just because the top to bottom centering, but I think they'll let it slip. To be honest, I'm not sure.
These cards are super, like, bro, I've never seen anything this mint before. Like, because I know cards are near mint, but this is like you said, mint. Like,
yeah. And I've noticed that a lot of the OG boxes can be found like that, where it's like, I actually have that for a future video where I want to show.
Oh, boom.
Where?
See that?
Yeah, so this is a Dempo, this is a PSA 8.
Okay, no, so I'm not submitting that.
Yeah, not submitting this now.
Right,
this is a nice binder card though. This is the highest super rare, like this is the most expensive one.
Oh,
so as soon as you see a dent like that, that's a 6 right there.
That hurt me, bro.
Yeah.
It's impossible for them to miss that.
No, they're not gonna miss this one. They might miss the dimple. The dimple they might miss. This, they're not gonna let it go.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so we're submitting those. Okay, so we're on to the last two. So like these I don't want to, but he says that they're good to submit, so I'm gonna do it.
All right.
These are my most valuable cards.
Okay, so these, as well as SDK. Okay, so SDK is started at Kaiba. It comes out of this box right here.
I'm not opening that. I'm not. Absolutely not. I'm absolutely not touching that.
So
I'm gonna give these to my kids.
These three are the holy grails of the hobby, no doubt.
Oh, like Yu-Gi-Oh.
In terms of like just finding it, this is the most like this is the hardest to get. This is the next hardest. This is hard to get in PSA 10. Okay, this is not hard to get in PSA 10. However, it's hard to find raw just because everybody subbed it. And then this one is just hard to find in general. So this is why I'm saying that you should sub this one.
Yeah, this one looks bad, man.
So this one is really bad. Yeah, I mean, but however.
Yes. Okay, how much of this we get? Like it's a PSA what?
So the issues on this, you can see like there's whitening there, whitening there.
Who scratched this, bro?
This is definitely a well-loved card.
Okay, is this gonna be a 1?
No, this is
a 4.
Maybe like a 4 or 5. It might get a 6. I mean, if you're lucky, because there's no major bends on it. So it might get a 6, but most likely a 4 or 5.
Wow.
I would still sub it just because these are so scarce that, I mean, as many as you get in the pop report, the better, because people always want this card. And as PSA 8 and 9 are kind of getting out of reach for most people, I mean 10 is already like gone, but
they're gone, like no one's on them.
Nobody's selling them. I mean they're like 85K. I mean, who's gonna be able to buy that, right?
Holy.
So 8 and 9 are getting to be like the more premium collector options. And I mean, this is a 4 and 5, so a lower end collector who's just starting off and they need this card. Everybody needs this card in their collection. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And they're gonna have to sell for a 4 or 5, right? So this is always in demand, and because of this,
okay, so 4 and 5, how much? A G?
Like, you can probably get like a G, yeah, $1,000, yeah. Yeah, these are super expensive.
They're so high.
A lot of people think this is the prettiest Blue Eyes White Dragon. In my opinion, I think this is the best one. Just my personal opinion, but the market has definitely favored this one.
Wow, that looks good. Man.
This is really good. However, there is whitening right there and whitening right there. There's no major bends or like major scratching, so I'd say this can get a PSA 8.
What's that 8?
So an 8, I mean, I've seen sales of like $2,000. So I mean, it's still really good money.
So okay, this I'm not opening, but I'm curious. If I were to open this right now and submit the Blue Eyes, how much would that cost?
Sure. So a lot of these are getting opened right now because the PSA 10 is extremely scarce. Okay, like there's big positions on this card. Like a lot of people love this card and they own like 3 of them, if not more. And because of this, I mean, it's extremely scarce. That's all there is to say about it. And because of that, people are ripping these open. The PSA 10 price is around, I mean, I got offered like 13 to 15,000 for one of mine. So, wow. Yeah, so I just want to talk about the BCCG. All right, so I'm not sure if you addressed this in the previous video, but
I never. So is this trash?
So yeah, this is basically trash. Okay. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys why it's trash. Right?
Yo, Omar, I got you, bro. Stay here. Yeah. Explain to them.
Okay, so the reason this is trash is because this is a sub company of BGS. BGS is a grading company, and their grades are very harsh and authentic, in my opinion. And the pop report is organic. However, with this company, everything is a 10. Okay, like
Everything.
as long as it's not ripped in half or you know, like you spilled water on it, it's gonna get a 10. Okay, so the pop report is inorganic. It's completely fake. It's just somebody who wants to basically enslab the card, and there's nothing wrong with that. And you know, if you want the 10 on there, that's fine. Obviously, it's a lot cheaper to grade with this company as well, because again, they're not even looking over it. You're just slapping the card in there, sticking this piece of paper in there, and you're calling it a day, right? So because of that, this one,
You're telling
this is
me.
why I consider these to be trash.
You're telling me this is not worth anything.
Yeah, so
I pulled that from a Walmart video, eh?
yeah, so this is not only like
It's a reprint.
trash grading company, but
It's not even OG.
it's a reprint. Yeah, and if you want to figure out how yours is an OG or not, if it's a reprint or not,
Just look at the color.
you can go to the color. Sure, a color, but like somebody who's not as well immersed in the Yu-Gi-Oh
Collection?
collecting atmosphere. I have something on my like IG where it's like highlights, where it shows basically the things that you can look out for, the differences between a reprint or not. Obviously, I could, like, for me, I'm well experienced with it. I could look at this right away and I can tell you it's a reprint. I could look at this, it's a reprint right away. You can see like there's like small stars right there. This is how you know it's a reprint right there. You see those small dots? Those are stars actually. This is the sure way to know if it's a reprint or not. So you see that the Y here is right under the E, okay? On the reprint, the Y is under the N.
Wait, what? Where? Why?
So right here, virtually, you see how it's like right under the E?
Yeah.
That tells you it's an OG card.
Alright guys, so that's pretty much it for today's video. It was super fun. Be sure to check out Strictly Sealed on his Instagram. I'll leave the links down below. And guys, we're gonna be submitting this, and in a month we're gonna come back and we're gonna see how great these cards have turned out. So stay tuned for that. My first ever PSA submission. Anything else you want to say before we end out this video?
Oh no, thanks for having me, man. I mean, these are beautiful cards.
Thank you so much. It's your boy Sam from Team Star Sam signing out with Strictly Sealed. Alright guys, peace!
Be sure to get your playmat today at tsx1.com.